turns to gold comes knocking on my door and says, hey, Camille, I have an opportunity. I'm about to roll this product out for $100. But because I know you, because we have this connection, I'm going to go ahead and let you get in for 5. The minute one unit hits that market, I now have 20x my investment. That's what a whitelist opportunity is. It gives you early access to projects and coins before they've been pumped, before the world even knows about them. It's basically our opportunity to catch that next Bitcoin, but this time to actually pay attention. Why? Because we're part of crypto. King Kong Matrix, we're getting these alerts. We trust who's producing these alerts. And one of the beautiful parts about King Kong is their connection to a marketing team that has a tremendous track record. Okay, this marketing team has launched several coins to 9-figure market caps, which puts them on the map, like the Bitcoin, like the Ethereum, like the XRP. So these alerts that we're going to be getting are coming from a co-op of resources. David Lisiaga, the founder of King Kong Matrix, as one of them, but a marketing team as well that has this track record. We can trust these crypto alerts, and whichever alerts we choose to participate in are going to generate tremendous profit. This is a standalone value for King Kong Matrix, but it does get better. There is another value to King Kong Matrix. So each one of these matrices, from gelada down to mandrel, are a 2x25 force matrix. The only thing that differs between each one of these is the buy-in, the payout, and the total payout. Okay, so we're going to go through each one of these matrices, and I'm going to stop probably on the 3rd matrix to walk you through, just to help hone in, hopefully, what value you actually can gain by participating in the 2x25 matrix. All right. So just by getting on gelada, which is the first matrix of the 5, the buy-in is 25 cents. 25 cents is 1/4 for one position, right? But the total payout, if you fill this 25 by 25, 2 by 25 matrix, you get a total payout of $335,544. And you may ask yourself, how do you get there? We're actually going to talk about it after we go through a couple of the other slides, so you can understand, A, how the buy-ins are changing, but how they're still heavily discounted, how the payouts are growing, and then we're going to show you actually how you get to that payout. And Wesley will talk more about that. But for gelada, you get in at 25 cents. The payout per position is half a penny. Half a penny for a 25-cent investment for every position that shows up underneath your matrix. Now, when you think about an investment of 25 cents, and you think about an opportunity to get access to $335,000 for that 25-cent investment, would you really get just one position? Or would you actually buy in 10 positions, 15, 20, 30, 50, 100? How many positions would you get for a quarter to get access to $335,000? And then I want you to think about, how many folks do you know who would also put, instead of 25, they would put $2.50 in, which is 10 positions, or they would put $25 in, which is 100 positions, because we've all been in these platforms that have cost us way more than 25 cents, way more than $2.50, and absolutely more than $25, right? So by you increasing the number of positions in your matrix, you are now increasing the payout opportunity that you have for this matrix. And the same holds true for every other matrix that follows. So let's go to the second matrix. We're at Langar. Langar has a buy-in of 50 cents. 50 cents with a payout of a penny per position and a total payout of $671,000. Okay. So we've already talked about 2 matrices of the 5. We're at 75 cents buy-in for one position. We're at a payout of roughly a penny and a half and a total payout of about $1 million. Who wouldn't take a chance on 75 cents to get $1 million? Who wouldn't go scream off the rooftops and tell the world about a 75-cent investment for access to $1 million? There aren't many people out here who wouldn't think, you know what? I can risk 75 cents for a chance to get $1 million. We're only on the second matrix, y'all. So let's go to the third matrix. The third is Macau. Macau, buy-in is $1. 2 cents payout per position on this matrix, total payout of $1.3 million. So we've talked about $1.75 across these three matrices, 25 cents, 50 cents, and $1. One-time buy-in of $1.75, a payout per position of about 3.5 cents, and a total payout adding up all those values of a little over $2 million. $2 million for a $1.75 one-time buy-in. And let's not forget the product that I talked about in the beginning. We're talking about now 3 crypto alerts per month for life for a $1.75 buy-in. All right. The value screams for itself. It stands on its own. Both streams of potential income, the crypto alerts as well as the matrices. Okay. And we've got 2 more to go. So now let's get to Baboon, which is the fourth matrix. It is a $5 buy-in, one time. Payout per position is $0.10. Total payout on this matrix alone is $6.7 million. So now we're at 13.5 cents for a payout per position of 13.5 cents, a buy-in of $6.75, and a total payout of over $10 million by filling up these 4 2x25 course matrices. I'm going to stop here before I get to the fifth one, because I really want to point something out to you. You know, when we talk about this matrix 2x25, we may not understand what it's going to take in people the way we're used to thinking. What is it going to take in people to actually fill out a matrix of 2x25? How will we do that? Well, the first thing I want to assure you is that the King Kong matrix isn't about pushing people, and it's not about pushing money. All these payouts are per position in your matrix. So as you think about how many positions you may buy for a $5 buy-in or a $6.75 buy-in or a 25-cent buy-in, likely you're going to come up with, you're going to do more than one. So imagine that you go duplicate yourself and find others who see the value in doing more than one. You are now filling out your matrix faster than you could possibly imagine. And let's just take an example of the type of value you're actually getting by doing that. If we look on this matrix and go down to level 10, it's roughly 1,000 positions to arrive at level 10. Your payout for those 1,000 positions at 10 cents a position is $102. Okay. Now 1,000 positions, if those were people, that means we've got to go out and find 1,000 people to get to level 10. But imagine at $5, you are likely to buy more than one position. Let's say you're willing to actually invest and get 100 positions. Now, how many people do you have to arrive at to get to level 10? Not 1,000. You're at 10 people. 10 people who go out and buy 100 positions is now going to give you a return of $102 payout per level, just on level 10. That's your payout, and all of what's above it. That's the value that this opportunity is bringing. And Wesley will talk more about that when we get to the building side and really understanding the vision of King Kong. But I want to remind you that we are at $6.75 buy-in one time for 4 crypto alerts per month for life, for the opportunity for a total payout of over $10 million. Before I go to the last matrix. The last matrix, Mandrill, buy-in of $10 one time. Okay, you're now getting 5 crypto alerts per month for life and whitelist opportunities. I gave the example of, buying in at 5 and for a product that's launching for 100, 20xing my money the minute one product hits the market. That is what you're getting by being on all 5 matrices. Early access, discounted entries, and the opportunity for a total payout of over 22 million when you add in this matrix right here, for a buy-in of $16.75 one time. And there are a couple of other sweet spots to King Kong Matrix, okay? It's not just that these prices are lower than anything we've ever seen in any platform. I've been in a number of platforms. I'm not the hardcore recruiter. I'm not Wesley Hunter, Lucretia. I'm not these big builders and recruiters. And each time in these opportunities, I've had a team. When we moved to the next, maybe the team fell off, or even in that one, my team disappears. So I've invested in a team and my team disappears, which means my investment has disappeared with it. And not being a heavy recruiter, it's hard to start over again, right? One of the things I've loved about this opportunity is the price point is so low that it's a no-brainer to share this with everybody that you know. It's easy to show people the value that they're actually going to get just by putting in $16.75. So we've had tremendous success, a lot of interest, people just fighting to get into King Kong Matrix just because of the price point. But one of the things I love most about it is that in those other opportunities that I talked about, where my team disappeared, my investment disappeared, I had to start over. In King Kong Matrix, nobody disappears. Retention is 100%. And the reason is not necessarily because we're all making the choice to stay, which I don't see why we wouldn't, but it's because the system is designed to help you upgrade to the next matrix if you are unable to make that decision yourself at no expense to you. So now our teams that come in are with us all the way through every matrix. No one goes away. That's one of the sweet spots to King Kong Matrix. And Wesley will expand on that when we get into the building side of things. So this is King Kong. You get crypto alerts per month for life, for one-time buy-ins of $16.75 at the most, at the least 25 cents. We can't even buy McDonald's for that much anymore today. For a total payout of 22 million, just by going out and duplicating yourself every day. This is an opportunity definitely worth focusing on and worth growing. Wesley Hunter.
All right, thank you guys. Thank you. All right, so thank you for that, Camille. All right, so with that said, I will talk, I want to answer any questions you guys might have, but I will be focusing mostly on the building part of it right now, right? We've already covered the product, what the product is. And I know sometimes the language can sometimes throw people off. If you're anything like me, it can sometimes seem a little more confusing as I try to break things down. So I like to try to simplify things. With that said, you can start the screen share for me, will you please? I will answer questions, but I want to give you guys first just a visual, because I think that'll help help answer most of the questions. So let's do that. All right, so let me see, screen share, boom. All right, so the simplest way to understand this, right, is what are you getting for your money? So I'm going to call them streams because it just makes it easier for me to understand. They're called Gelada, Mondo. I don't even know the name of them, right? They have their own names, but I'm going to call them streams to explain the money, what it means, and how to get to it. So in this case, it's a 25-cent stream, the 50-cent stream, the $1 stream, the $5 stream, and the $10 stream. Now, what is the difference? You can enter this opportunity for as little as 25 cents, right? And as Ms. Young explained, the person who comes in at 25 cents, they don't want to take any more of a risk. They're only coming at 25 cents. This thing has several things that are exciting for a builder. First of which is an auto upgrade system. What does that mean? That means if you come in at 25 cents, as soon as this account accumulates 50 cents, the first 50 cents is held, right? In order for that account to automatically upgrade. So even if this person is not logging in, they're no longer around, you can't reach them, that account is eventually going to go to 50 cents. The moment that it does, of course, the commissions will trigger upline, right? So that everybody will continue to earn. And so that's the auto upgrade feature that you see here. So eventually, no matter if they come in at 25 cents or not, eventually they are going to hit all the levels. And as they do, those commissions will trigger upline. Now, if they happen to make extra money in that account and they're not plugging in, that's their loss. So this account made $5. Well, it upgraded to 50 cents. The other 450, he or she that's not plugged in, that's their loss, right? But it won't stop your momentum. Now, how do you determine how many streams you want to get into? That's your purchase price. What we are suggesting is that everybody come in at least $16.75. That's the accumulated totals that you see here. Now, that's $16.75 gives you 1 cup, right? I'm trying to draw a cup. Bear with me. I know I'm not the best artist, but that's 1 cup in each stream, okay? Because you paid $16.75. If you only paid 25 cents, then you can only fish in the 25-cent stream. Means you'll make a half a penny, right? If you came in at all 5 levels, then you're going to get the 1 penny here, the 2 pennies there, the 10 pennies here, and the 20 pennies there. Because now you are now qualified to fish in all 5 streams, right? Hope that gives a visual that makes sense, because that's the way it makes sense to me. So the reason why this particular build is so exciting and so much different is it caters to both the people who do not want to recruit, but they would love to make more money, right? Or the people who can recruit and can make even more money. But either way, everybody earns. How is that possible? How is it possible to pay a one-time subscription of $16.75 and everybody earns if you don't bring anybody, right? Well, there's one thing in this comp plan you have to understand. You must refer one person in order to earn the comp plan. What does that mean? That means you must use your link one time. So if you're the person who says, well, Wesley, I'm not bringing a dog to the rabbit race. I'm done. I'm not bringing anybody. Nobody believes, right? Fine. No problem. You can simply create a secondary account for just 25 cents, right? And I call it the anchor account. So you just bring an anchor account for 25 cents. Fine. You've used your link one time. You now qualify to earn throughout the entirety of the comp plan. That's one simple fix. For those who say, well, Wesley, I don't want to make just, a half a penny. I don't want to make a penny or 2 pennies, 10 cents or 20 cents. I want to make more. How can I do that? So you have the option. You can buy multiple packages. This is a King Kong protocol package is what it's called at $16.75. But if you want to multiply that, you can. You can buy 5 packages. What does that mean? You multiply that by 5, I forget the math, it's $87 and I don't know, 70 cents or whatever the case might be. Just multiply 5 times $16.75, right? And what does that give you? If you got the math over there, Ms. Young, I know you gave it to me yesterday. It's not committed to memory. I got it. So let me do it real quick. 16.75 times 5 equals, okay, so that's $83.75. Now, why would you pay $83.75 instead of just paying $16.75? Well, because you increase your earnings. So now instead of this cup fishing from this stream one time, it fishes 5 times. So you multiply your earnings from each stream simply because you bought the bigger package, right? So a lot of people, what they're doing is, who can afford it, they're coming in at $167.50, right? That's what? 10 times. So they're 10 times their income And by doing so, they get to now fish in this stream 10 times. So see how they're putting more skin in the game in this case. More money allows them to earn more potential. So you can use your money to earn, or you can use your recruitment talents or your abilities to earn. The people that are making the most money are doing both, straight up. I mean, I can tell you, the company's been around now for 12 days. And we've had people who've actually cashed out $11,000. I've seen somebody cashed out, I think, $8,000 yesterday, and so forth. So there's a lot of money being made. And you say, well, what's the difference? Somebody who came in at the 1675 packet, for instance, may have only made about $60 so far. I mean, it's still a profit, don't get me wrong. But that's the person who, probably isn't too focused on the recruiting side. They came in at a low entry price. So their return reflects their investment. They're not spending much time on the network marketing side. They're not putting much money into the game. So they're getting out what they've put in, right? Some people, I can tell you, in all honesty, they've signed up for the 1675. They have not even created an anchor account. It's crazy. I've seen people who've not created an anchor account, and so they brought nobody. They haven't, and so they've made 2 pennies. It's up to you what you do. But the simplicity of this comp plan is just great. It has an auto upgrade feature, like Ms. Young talked about. There's 100% retention. It's a low entry cost and an opportunity to make money on both sides. Now, another thing that's exciting about this particular matrix. So Ms. Young kept talking about positions. Now, there can be a bit of a misnomer there. You don't increase your earning opportunities by the more positions you buy, right? And I want to be clear about that. So I want people to understand what it takes to actually make it. In other words, this thing has an option in its back office, and I'm going to use 25 cents as to show you. So it's called positions, right? Is the word. That's the proper word, is positions. But I'm going to divorce myself from that term in order to give you guys a visual of what it is. And I'm going to call it coins, right? They're coins. So if they're coins, what does that mean? It means that you can go in your back office and you can buy a package of 25-cent coins, 50-cent coins, $1 coins, $5 coins, $10 coins. Okay. So if you go in your back office, you purchase a 100 pack of positions equaling coins, right? Then that gives you, the moment that you make that purchase, what happens in this build, it's you, then there's 2 legs of people that's building under you, right? So you guys get the pitch. That ain't a good draw. That is not a good draw. Let me take that out of here. All right. So there's you. And then it becomes a binary build. Right? Becomes a binary build. So let's just say that person hasn't brought anybody. Let's do it like this. That person hasn't brought anybody. Boom. Right? This person did. So this person did. Starts to build wide. All right. Now, the moment that you go in your back office, this is you, and you purchase the coins, let's say you spent $25, you bought 100 quarters. What happens? It instantly fills in these blanks. That's the positions that Ms. Young is talking about. It fits in. It's going to send 50 of those to fill in your left and 50 to fill in your right. It fills in all blanks, right? In the matrix. Because remember, the overall goal is to see how many people will contribute to the whole. And in that, you make that magic number that Ms. Young is talking about, $100,000 here, $300,000 there. It's because everybody's able to do the same. Now, what does this do? The moment that you trigger this kind of rainfall, I call it making it rain, then everything above it earns its percentage. They had their cup in the 25-cent stream. Making sense? You go in the back office and you do that, and the 50-cent stream, right? The same thing happens. You're going to get 150-cent positions, and they're going to rain in under your downline. And everybody in your downline is going to get their fraction into their cup based on how much they invested in the matrix. So it has the ability for those who have money to increase their earnings simply by the use of their money. And or you basically you make the biggest money, honestly, in the recruitment, in the direct referrals. Now, in full disclosure, I want to share with you the King Kong protocol. It is suggested that you use your link 10 times, right? Well, let me not write it that way, so that's not the way it's going to come across. What happens is you use your link. This is your link 10 times, right? And this is how it fills in, because it automatically places. There's no holding tank. It's going to automatically fill it left to right. And so, let me see, 1, 2, 6. It's going to drop one here. 1, 2, is that 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So it goes left to right and rotates. As you can see, it staggers in, right? But that's the King Kong protocol. Now, the goal is that those 10 will then do the same that you do, right? So the simple vision works better for that explanation. When you use your 10, right, and help them to get 10, then all of you begin to win. Now, the key is that, again, each one of them, as they come in, should each at least use their link one time, right? So that they're going to earn in the matrix. So if you put in 10, they are going to put in at least one, even if it's whether a person or they're creating a 25-cent account. That way they earn in the matrix. The moment you do that, then you make percentage off everything that reigns beneath you. Is that making sense? I hope that helped to give a visual at least. Okay. Anybody? Any questions then? All right, so cool. If we got no questions and the visual makes sense, then I guess we'll go ahead and wrap this up. The King Kong protocol is really a great opportunity. It's different than anything that we've seen before. It's a very low entry cost. It has, guaranteed retention. So, but again, how much you make in this opportunity depends on how much you put into the opportunity, like anything else, right? It's all on you. And your goal is to keep the momentum going. And that's part of why you see me and Miss Young, we're doing these opportunity calls. We're kind of explaining this so that you explain it, so that you do your opportunity calls and keep this momentum running, right? Momentum is everything in these opportunities. It's a very low entry cost. Talk to people that you know about it, people who are interested in crypto for number one, but also those who would love to see an opportunity where they can kind of, find a passive opportunity with a low entry cost, right? See the value, take the risk. Very simple. And in the meantime, make the calls. All right, that's all I got. Thank you guys all for jumping on.